Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you tonight for another album review, and this is for the album review I said I was gonna do for Weezer's new album, OK Human, that I just got done listening to. So I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for this album. I think I've heard it about 3 times now, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, I gotta say, I wasn't a big fan of all my favorite songs. It wasn't bad, it just could have done a little bit better. Like a tad better. Um there were some moments in the song that I was like, okay, this isn't bad. Like Rivers' voice can hit a little bit of a high pitch vocal range. But still, when I heard the rest of the songs, I was not that impressed. Um, Numbers was pretty bad. Playing my piano just was a tad disappointing. I was like, come on, Weezer, you guys can. I honestly think what they should have done was just release another single for the Van Weezer album. I wasn't expecting this, but it seems they put out 2 albums every year. Not every year, but 2 albums once a year, once every 2 years or whatever. And then they take a break for a while. Then they do it again, which they're probably going to do it again in like 2 years from now. Because they did it with the Teal album. Then it came to the Black album. And the Black album was not really that great. It was meh, but it wasn't that great. Alu Gobi. Sorry that I've been talking about other albums of theirs. Um, Alu Gobi was meh, not great. Grapes of Wrath had a beat, but didn't execute very well, to be honest. And this is just my opinion and my honest thoughts on what I'm giving you guys of me doing this review. Screens was not too bad. It wasn't great, but the one song I think was the strongest was Bird with a Broken Wing. That one was a pretty strong song. It was a little better than all my favorite songs. It kind of outbeat it a bit. But Dead Roses, solid track, not impressive, but I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 because I felt that it needed that kind of rating. The way Rivers sings, it's not as impressive, but in my kind of taste, when I'm listening to Weezer, I'm just like, they're not that great of a band, but they're mediocre. Um, they have some hits, then they have some misses, but I wasn't seeing OK Human to be an album, their 14th studio album, which they've made 14 albums already. Van Weezer's going to be their 15th, and that comes out in May. So I'm more excited for that than I was of this one. Because I was like, oh, great. I'm like, they're probably going to put out this album just to keep fans entertained for a while until Van Weezer comes out. Here Comes the Rain wasn't so bad, but the way Rivers was singing the song, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Labre Tar Pits, the closing track, actually closed it pretty average, this album. Everything Happens for a Reason's like a skit, I guess you could say, like an interlude to the Here Comes the Rain, and that was pretty strong. I like the melody. Mirror Image, I think when Rivers is like singing silently closer to the end of the song, it just doesn't strike me as very good. But my very least favorites from this album that were pretty bad was Numbers and Playing My Piano. Those were not good songs. The other 10, they were mixed good, mixed bad. But so far, the production wise and the execution of this album, not gonna fare very well. It doesn't have a lot of replay value. It's kind of forgettable, this album. If I'm just being honest and telling you how I feel about it, so you can agree to disagree if you want. You can agree with me on it, or you can disagree, and maybe you'll like the album, I don't know. But overall, I think Weezer's OK Human album was okay. Not something I'd listen to again. It's got some tracks that I may come back to, like Bird with a Broken Wing. That's probably the only song I'd come back to. All my favorite songs is meh. It's not a great one. When I reviewed it last Thursday, if you didn't check out my review for all my favorite songs, the track review for it, definitely go check it out, because I felt like I did a pretty fair job on it. Not a lot of people liked what I had to say. I had a few dislikes. More dislikes than I got likes. I'm like, great. But first score for OK Human by Weezer, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's okay. It's not something I really listen to a lot. I was listening to it a bit today while I was at work, and I was not sure what I was going to rate it. I was thinking a 7, but it came down to me giving it either a 6 or a 6.5, and I chose an okay rating, so it'll be in my okay to meh albums of 2021 by the end of the year. So definitely expect it on the list. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new Weezer album, OK Human, if you've heard it. And if you like this album review I made for you guys tonight, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can, support the channel. It's actually 10 o'clock where I'm at right now, so yeah, the album is going to be out at midnight tonight, so I guess you guys are going to hear it for yourself what you think of it. And just keep in mind, this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on it. It's just how I felt when I was listening to the album. And I felt like a 6.5 out of 10 was a fair rating to give it, because it's not that impressive, but it's got one song that I could probably come back to, which is Bird with a Broken Wing. Sure, it's got some cringy moments, and this band does come off a little cheesy at times, but with some of their production and how they play out their songs, it's okay. Like I said, they're a mediocre band, and they do come off a bit cheesy and nerdy too, but they have some hits and misses. I think their newest singles, like End of the Game, Hero, and Beginning of the End, were pretty solid tracks. They were better than these songs, for sure. But I will be returning to you for some movie reviews. I think I'm going to be starting the Little Things movie review tomorrow, or the latest Saturday. Expect it then. And I'll be starting the new Reason Why episode on Sunday. So definitely stay tuned for that, for sure. I hope you enjoyed this album review I made on Weezer, OK Human. Definitely stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.